Hello there. I'm Abby. My pronouns are she, her, and welcome to Girls Run These Worlds and our third episode of Recurring Nightmares, a five-part series using the feminine horror RPG Bluebeard's Bride by Magpie Games. Bluebeard's Bride works off the Powered by the Apocalypse system and tells the story of five sisters, aspects or facets of the mind and personality of a single femme individual, the patient, the date, the bride, as she explores a location controlled by her patron, employer, husband, doctor, the mysterious Bluebeard. They will work together to explore the domain of Bluebeard, like the doomed bride of the original fairy tale, and decide to remain within the dutiful role placed on them, or rebel with all of the consequences both choices entail. But no matter what they choose, it will not end well. Please be advised, Bluebeard's Bride is a game of feminine horror. Much of that horror is in exploring uncomfortable topics and events that society and gaming frequently ignore or are not comfortable discussing. When we say feminine horror, it is because the fears and abuses portrayed are often directly related to women and femmes and the horrors that many experience simply from living. The expansions from the Book of Mirrors supplement, one of which we'll be playing tonight, reflect further on this, expanding the available setting from a fairy tale nightmare to some of the harm of the real world. It's based on a practice in time that existed, and this heightens horror during play by creating some situations that are even more discomforting because of their historical context and basis in reality. Not that it remains in reality, but it is there. There will be gaslighting and the horrors of abuse, with the possibility of non-explicit body horror, sexual harassment, manipulation and coercion, murder, non-consensual containment, suicide, maternal horror, fetishization or objectification, congenital conditions, class struggle or poverty, and exploitative labor. If that means that you can't join us for our horror story tonight, please take care of yourself, and we'll see you with our future game offerings. That said, I'll have our players go ahead with introductions. If you'll please give your name and pronouns as well as which sister you'll be playing tonight. And we will start with Abby.
Oh, we're starting with me. Okay. Hi, I'm Abhilasha. I am a sometimes writer, hopefully getting better soon on the sometimes, and TTRPG player. Little new in the game, but I'm very much looking forward to this. And I'm going to be playing Animus.
Indeed. Alice, go ahead.
Hi guys, I'm Alice Hart, she, they pronouns. And tonight I'm going to be playing the Virgin.
Okay. Arnica.
Hi, I'm Arnica. She, her pronouns, and tonight I will be playing the Fatale.
Jess.
Hello, I'm Jess. Jess Jewel. I am she, they pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing the mother.
And cheers.
What's up? I'm Shears. My pronouns are they, them. I'm the witch. How you doing?
Absolutely. We are, for those that are following our pattern, we are doing the supplement this evening from the Book of Mirrors called Dark Carnival. And so rather than the bride, tonight our sisters will comprise the showgirl, who has just passed her audition to join the circus of, or the Carnival of Dark Wonders, by Ringmaster Bluebeard himself. And we will, of course, do as we always do with Bluebeard's Bride. We will begin by creating the showgirl. All right. Sisters, you know how it goes. Animus. What are the showgirl's hands like?
The showgirl's hands are they they are carefully manicured, covered with all kinds of creams which are applied religiously every night. But every morning that she wakes up, she can see the scars, the wrinkles, and the roughness of it. And in those few moments before she has to be the showgirl, she takes comfort and pride in the effort that has taken for her to get here.
Mother. What? Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Here I am out of order.
Don't worry
Tall.
about it, dear. You're fine. You're good.
I know, but we mustn't. Fatal. Oh my goodness. I've literally lost the plot. What is fatal? Is it lips?
It's the mouth.
Thank you. What is the showgirl's mouth like?
The showgirl's mouth is lush. It's never unpainted. Sometimes a little bit brighter than is maybe polite, but you got to paint for the cheap seats, baby. Um, it's wide, maybe a little bit wider than most people think is cute, but those who like it, those who get to see it curl up in that sarcastic little smile, think it might just be the perfect size.
A sarcastic smile. Is our showgirl frequently sarcastic?
Oh, well, I mean, just when it needs it, just when circumstances call for it. So yeah, quite often.
Ah, mother. What is the showgirl's figure like?
Now, our girl, solid as a brick shit house, I tell you that. She's beautiful and sturdy. She's a good sturdy girl, is our girl. She's tall. She's built. She's been built over the years. She's eating her veg, she's eating her greens, my God. You won't be able to knock her down if you shot her. She's just made in an image that is not what many people would consider traditionally feminine. She's larger, and that's her strength.
Lovely. And while she is large, you say she has strength as well. A good strong arms.
Strong arms, solid back. You can see it in the sinews and the tendons in her wrists that she's done her fair share of carrying workload of other people that shouldn't have been put on her, but she never complained and she did it anyway. And as such, being the tall girl that she has managed to strengthen herself very much.
An unusual showgirl. I look forward to meeting her. Virgin, what do the showgirl's eyes look like?
The showgirl's eyes are upturned, probably a little sharper, soft gray, stars in her eyes. The shadows finally starting to fade from underneath. Hopeful.
Hopeful. What does the showgirl hope for out of this new opportunity?
She is hoping that she's going to get attention and praise and that trust that's been entrusted to her is finally going to pay off.
Oh, has she gone without attention and praise for too long?
For a while. After all, she's sturdy and tall, and her family rested a lot of weight on her shoulders, especially with a father off to war and a mother in the factory and siblings to provide for.
Indeed. While the 50s was a time of change, it certainly was there was still plenty of hard work to go around. And we never seemed to end up without war for too long. Which, what is the showgirl's hair like?
Now, her hair used to be blonde. Didn't like it. Started going brown into as close to black as possible without fucking up her hair. little too chicken shit to do full on bangs, so she found a way to make them look rather nice.
Indeed.
Muted.
Told you this would happen. Is this something that she's only started doing since taking on the showgirl persona, or is this something that she was doing at home?
She had a crush on a girl who had bangs. Thought it looked cool. Also, considering the said girl had a really nice Harley Davidson, that didn't hurt.
Indeed. All right. We return to Animus. What weakness does the showgirl give away when others hold your hand?
It's funny how strength and need for affection can be its own weakness. There is her strength has been the way she protects herself, her physical strength, her mental fortitude. Everything is on her, and she has to be strong. She is right. She can see everything with a clear eye, and she knows what is right and what is wrong. But being right doesn't always translate to easy affection from others. In fact, quite the opposite sometimes. So when holds her hand, when someone did hold her hand, she was always as afraid as a Labrador would be for a small little rabbit. Afraid that if she presses too hard, if she shows how deep her needle runs, that they would pull away her strength too much for them.
She is cautious about holding on to a hand too tightly.
Yes.
Very well. Fatal, how do others keep the showgirl quiet? Or at least, how did they previously?
Muted.
It might help if I unmuted, wouldn't it? I looked right over and saw it and went, look at that shit. Look at me. 2 for 2. Um, how do they keep us quiet? Well, they tried a bunch of things. They tried everything from extra food to less food to soap in our mouth to uh, tanning out back behind the shed, and yet they never did keep it shut for very long. We've got, we're going to be a star. We're funny and we're smart and we're going to be famous.
Oh, washing the mouth out. Why do I feel like sarcasm has a bite to it sometimes?
I mean, look, sometimes the best weapon you have is your tongue.
Fair enough. Mother, what do others wish was different about the showgirl's figure?
Well, it's just like what Animus and Fatal said. Animus mentioned how when someone holds our hand, we must not hold too tightly. We must be softer, always softer. And as Fatal mentioned, it's food, not food, something in the mouth, tanning behind the shed. It's a corset to make bigger on top and bottom and smaller in the middle, or something to change the way that we've been built. But we're big on top, we're big on bottom, and it's beautiful, bountiful. It's how God made us. I don't understand why they'd want to change us. We're beautiful just the way we are.
Indeed. virgin. How do others know you want them when they gaze into your eyes?
We're not great about holding our mouth, and we're not great about hiding feelings either. Our eyes play everything. What we want, what we don't want, the hopes and dreams sparkling brightly, the sarcasm biting cold, hatred sharp and narrow. Even when I have to keep my mouth shut, it's the eyes say everything.
Our showgirl gives a lot away, but that may be why she's so much fun to watch. Witch, how do others like you to wear your hair?
Now, for outside, I'm supposed to look respectable and shit. I say fuck that. I like how the biker chicks look. I like having my pompadour, having my hair up. When I'm performing, I do a little fancier version of what I got on. Though outside of that, I don't have enough, maybe not enough pins to accidentally get magnetized to a wall. I don't know how that happened. We don't talk about it.
Animus. What are you leaving behind from your life to go become Bluebeard's showgirl?
You know, it's really strange to have to try and tell other people about, this little blue umbrella that your parents bought you on some long ago trip that they managed to afford. And this umbrella is nothing special. It was just like from some of the many carnivals that they'd gone to, but there was power. It was a symbol. It became a symbol for her when, you know, someone was touching where they shouldn't, saying things that they really, really shouldn't, and may or may not have gone home with a few bruises from a very sturdily handled umbrella. Unfortunately, the umbrella is not useful, or is not, there are other weapons to be used, which, okay, I guess. But sometimes she just craves the comfort of the umbrella and the power that it gave her to exact just punishment onto those who would demean her.
And of course, no one can say an umbrella's a weapon. That's just a polite accoutrement, an accessory.
Very
Fatal.
ladylike.
Very ladylike. Sometimes. Fatal, what are you leaving behind from your life to become Bluebeard's showgirl?
So back at home, we had the most charming pair of red leather shoes. Um, they they were too grown and they were too dressy and they weren't for girls like us. And we snuck our church money for almost a year to buy those shoes. And when we left home, we didn't have space for them in our bag. And they were starting to pinch our toes anyway. So we left them at home because we knew we'd be able to buy more. as many red shoes as we wanted, and they pinched our toes, but we do miss our shoes.
You are correct. No one here is going to blame you for red shoes. What did they represent?
They represented how they represented our future. Just they were as bright as like church girls and girls who work at the market and marry just another boring man from the mill. Don't wear red leather shoes. Red leather shoes are for stars. They're for headliners. They were for us, and we're gonna have more.
Mother, what are you leaving behind from your life to be Bluebeard's showgirl?
It's going to sound funny, but it's my own mother's sense of dress. Mothers have this very interesting way of putting their own ideals onto their daughters. And they want them in their own images sometimes, and dress them up like little dolls, but we're not a little doll. We're not even little. And these horrible clothes that she would choose, these peplumish jackets and skirts that came out like A-frame, and they cinched us in all the wrong places, and they weren't flattering for us. She didn't know how to dress a girl that wasn't like her. So when we left, we said, we'll dress how we want. And to hell with what everything everyone else thinks. High-waisted shorts? Absolutely. One of them halter neck tops that shows everything off? Yes. And we got them in droves. God, got an whole wardrobe full of them next to the red leather shoes. Oh, 4 or 5 pairs red leather shoes we've got as well. We left behind what Mother wanted us to be.
You are on your own path now. But you still carry a bit of Mother with you.
Aye, true. The heart, a love, even though it came out in wrong way, it was still there, bless her.
Virgin, what are you leaving behind from your life to go be a showgirl?
I'm leaving behind a twin sister. She was everything I wasn't, everything Mother dreamed of with a little girl. Petite, delicate, lacy, all those little doll clothes that we didn't get, all the praise and attention we didn't get. She didn't have to work her fingers rough or body strong. Instead, she got suitors, and we were thick as thieves most of our lives. We dreamed of running away to the circus together. We were going to be acrobats. Going to be one of those two woman shows. And the chance came, and she was happy with her doll life and the pretty boy that put a ring on her finger, and I wasn't.
Virgin, what is your sister's name?
Her name is Maria. The classic, the effeminate stereotype. Mother named her well.
Do you still write to her?
I start letters sometimes. I don't get very far in them. It sounds too close to bragging, sounds too close to homesickness at the same time.
You're afraid you'll give away something that you don't want to give away.
This is mine. I'm going to keep this is mine for once that she cannot outshine.
Witch, what are you leaving behind from your life to be a showgirl?
Security. I mean, like, showbiz is like real fun, like really fucking fun. I like the routine. I liked having my routines of lifting heavy shit, supporting my family. But fuck, I get to be on stage. I get to be under the light. I get to show off my fucking body, and it's fucking great.
Something that no one ever expected from you. This is different. This is new.
Yeah.
What was that job that was heavy lifting? Was it part of the war effort or something else?
I was younger. I worked in the factory. I actually really liked welding. But I got older. Like, had to go back to working at a bakery. I mean, it was great. I still lifted heavy shit. And coming home with free bread every day was awesome. Like, I love bread. But yeah, like showbiz, man. Hell yes.
For those in our audience that are not quite aware of the role of showgirl, it is the attractive and gravitas woman that has the sparkly outfit that when the ringmaster stands and directs, acts as the sparkle, shine, and accompaniment to his actions and brings him odds and ends, and is also one of the highlights of the show. Animus, when you first met, what spectacular gesture did Bluebeard make that fascinated you?
She's been to a lot of carnivals. They're one of the things that you can afford to go when you're the daughter of a tailor, of two tailors, in fact. They're not, and they're all the glamour and the glitz and the fascinating things and people, they get old real fast when you've gone to like 100. But when she saw him in his using his body, his height, staring down a person who had shoved her away and then turned back to her to yell at her like it was her fault. Someone who had used his strength to try and protect her and not done it in a way to try and seem to try and maybe to try and condescend to her, but just to support her so that she could punch this man out. Honestly, this man deserved punching because if he kept talking, it would definitely have gotten worse, and he was getting loud. But he, in fact, was he helped. He helped me up. He didn't help the man. He didn't chastise me for offending what apparently turned out to be an important guest later on. He, in fact, came. He, in fact, helped me. He he bandaged my knuckles and in fact showed me how to punch without hurting my thumb next time, which
Ah,
I which I did appreciate.
That I truly love. Showed how to properly punch. Because you're right. Do it wrong and you'll wreck your wrist, she says with too much experience.
It hurt.
But that tells us that our Bluebeard knows how to fight. Thank you. Batal, when you first met, what fantastic gesture did Bluebeard made that fascinated you?
I think the thing that okay, I am unmuted. Haha, let me double check. I think the thing that fascinated us the most, at least from my perspective, was just the easy way he handled everything. He was so commanding. He wasn't just he wasn't just a ringmaster, he was a master of all the rings of this circus. Everything bowed to his whim. The animals moved aside. The people came, they went, they flocked, they fled. I do love a little bit of power.
It's nice to have some now. Mother, when you first met, what spectacular gesture, what performance, what word did Bluebeard make that fascinated you?
Well, so our whole lives, we've been told that we should be something else. We should be smaller. We should be more feminine, more petite, this shape, that shape. Bluebeard took one look at us after he'd helped us up and bandaged our knuckles. And instead of saying, you should be less, he asked us to be more. He said, put on the sparkly outfit, my dear girl. Put on the sparkly outfit with the massive, gorgeous white ostrich feathers. Make yourself even taller. Get up on the stage. There's a platform there. Be as tall as you want to be, as big as you might be. Command the room. He didn't try to put us down. He tried to put us up, lift us up, make us larger than life. No one's ever tried to make us even larger before. Oh, and the way we felt in that costume, glittering, sparkling, shining. Oh, it's a feeling I'll take to my grave.
Now you get to do it every night. You pass the audition.
Incredible.
Virgin, when you first met, what fantastic gesture did Bluebeard make that fascinated you, made you want to do all this?
It was in auditions, and there were so many other girls and guys and everyone in between going for this job. And not only did he stare at me practically since the beginning, he did that trick, that magic trick with the handkerchief where he folds it up and shows off his hand and suddenly it's a rose. I still have that cheap silk rose tucked somewhere in my things. It was the first time really that someone had shown not only that I was desirable, but desirable in front of so many other people. I I had his attention and everyone's attention, and oh, the look in his eyes, it felt like adoration.
You fascinate him as well, it sounds like.
I would like to think so. I mean, why else would I be here?
Indeed. Which, when you first met, what fantastic gesture led you to follow Bluebeard?
Well, all right. It was after auditions, like again, like lay of the land. Uh, I had to like do costume trials, standard procedure, whatever. I put on flats. I'm a big girl. I can ruin a brick house if I need to. He actually told me to put the heels on. Like, fuck. Usually everyone's telling me to make myself smaller, make myself daintier and fucking shit. That has got to be the sexiest thing I have ever been told. And being told his exact words, no, 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 no. Put the heels on. I want to see you glow. God damn. Hottest thing ever.
I am beginning to get a sense of our appeal of our ringmaster. My goodness. Animus. What gift did you present to Bluebeard before the audition, either as a thank you or maybe to sweeten the pot a bit?
I like to be sincere. I try to be. I lies, if I cannot stand lies, and I will not stand lies from any man, even a man who seems to understand me, I will not lie to him as long as I am sure we are being truthful to each other. So I I gave him a gift of my umbrella, a different umbrella. It wasn't the umbrella of my childhood, but it was an umbrella that kept me safe from the rain as I made it to this carnival. This umbrella has protected me in thunder and lightning, in in torrential rain, and even saved me from a raccoon that was trying to get a little too that was trying to attack me.
Oh, goodness.
So I gave him that umbrella and told him that if it would keep it has kept me safe from whatever harmed me, then it would do the same for him as a mark of our new partnership and our new kingdom.
Of course. After all, he has business in various counties in the area. He has reason to travel. And what are you going to do about the rain?
I can Well, I can get another umbrella. I'm still on the lookout. There's not one perfect yet, but at some point there will be something new. There'll be a new shield once again.
Fair enough. Also, it's not like you're going anywhere. You're at the carnival now. You're with them. There's always some awning to duck under or a caravan to duck into. It's hardly a need for an umbrella at all.
My head and my body is always protected because I have made it so.
That's fair. Fatal, what gift did you present to Bluebeard? As a gift or a little something for the audition?
So, as a little something for the audition, just to think of me later, um, I left behind afterwards, Cinderella style. We left behind a pair of our shoes, our second best ones. We're not losing our best ones, not even not even to get this job. Uh, but we accidentally left behind a pair of our second best pair of shoes. So of course we had to go back to see if he had found them. And we just sat there oh so sweetly and let him drink champagne out of them to celebrate our audition.
A toast with Some heels. How decadent. How far from your ordinary life.
Right? They don't do that on the farm.
It perhaps is Parisian. Who knows? Mother, what gift did you present to Bluebeard as part of the audition process?
So I might have been a bit sneaky here. I didn't mean to be. But I respect the man. He sees me for what we are, and he doesn't try to hide it. Nothing but good intentions is what I sense. I wanted to give him something that showed him that I did trust him. And so I gave him a childhood memento of mine. Something that only me and me twin sister Maria shared. Initially, it was a small key to a room in the attic of our house, and it has so many bad memories. And I thought if I could give it to him, then he could hold that for me, and I'd feel safer. What I didn't tell him is that it was Maria's key. I shouldn't have taken it from her either. But it was about the sentiment more than technically the morality behind it. I know. But mutual respect. Mutual respect.
And what did you tell him the key was to?
A version of me that he saved me from.
He nodded and slipped it into his pocket. Virgin, what gift did you present to Bluebeard before the audition? Just to keep his attention, or as a sincere thank you.
I wanted to show him I was all in. This was, even if I did not get this job, this carnival, the circus. It's my home now. I gave him my address book, the numbers and addresses to my family, friends, employers. Easy to forget. And God, I want to forget. And this is me trusting him not only to help me forget that entire life I left behind, but that even in my worst moments, that I won't go back, that I can't find my way back.
So you asked him to keep you from going back to your old life.
Short of lock and key, yes.
Another thing to be slipped into a pocket. What gift did you present to Bluebeard before the audition? Why?
Oh, y'all are gonna kill me.
I was about to say, I think we'll murder Shears.
My eye makeup is not waterproof. Oh, okay. All right, so this was after I got hired. Like, resident cook wasn't there. And I'm just like, I'm hungry. I know how to bake. I essentially kicked out everybody from the kitchen, and 2 hours later, everybody is going to be well fed. Bluebeard got the nicest ciabatta bread with some chicken pesto, sun-dried tomato, fresh mozzarella. I had to use a couple of irons to smush everything together. but goddamn, was that the best sandwich he ever had. You try to break me, I will break you.
I
Oh, good
love
one.
Mic
all my
drop.
sisters.
God, we really did bring a man a sandwich.
We made him a sandwich, oh no.
Best way through his heart is either through the ribs or through his stomach.
To be
Title for the dress
sure,
book, yes. Sandwich too far.
to be sure, you have not taken over the cookies wagon for the carnival. That would not be something for a simple audition. But the hotel ballroom where the auditions were taking place, the cook for the hotel would have had nothing of it except for the imposing stern gentleman that was paying for the afternoon told him to leave and let you do so.
That shit was all made from scratch.
Perfect. Animus. Do you trust your generous new employer, Bluebeard? Or do you hold unkind suspicions, and why?
I don't know what to think sometimes. I don't necessarily consider myself particularly intuitive. I don't understand. I never saw people and understood their motivations so confidently as Maria did. She was always the one to tell me, "Hey, this is what he meant, right? You know what this is what she wanted, right?" And well, I never caught it, so it was, I guess you know better. Sometimes she was, and most of the time she was right. But even though I trust, because I don't see the point of lying, even though that happened, even though I feel that, and I will always feel that, I I have a thing about men who seem a little too pleased in the way I stamp down dissent. I know what I need to do to protect myself. I know my strength, and I also know my capability. I know my capability of going too far, and I know how, and I will control myself. I have worked at it, but I don't know if I can see the same in that man. Sometimes that instinct, that pleasure of seeing seeing that authority, putting that authority in me, no, not to insult myself, but only a man with either ulterior motives or frankly with some some very different idea of justice would put that responsibility solely in my hands without any kind of backup.
Okay. So you are cautious of your new employer, for sure. Fatal. Same question. Do you trust your generous new employer, or do you hold unkind suspicions?
Oh, I trust the ringmaster completely. He does such a fantastic job handling the carnival, and obviously he has some fantastic taste in performers. We're gonna blow this thing off the map. We're gonna make Barnum look like a little stick hovel on the side of a dying road.
A hard play in this era as several roadside and traveling carnivals are dying off in this time. It's a struggle, or those that are changing.
I know, but somebody, everybody can't die. There's got to be one winner. Even if there's just one left, it can be us.
Mother, do you trust Bluebeard, your new employer, or do you hold unkind suspicions?
It's a matter of mutual respect. And I think at this point he has shown nothing but that respect. I look into that man's eyes, and presently No ill intentions at all. He's done nothing but support us. My sisters can confirm. He has been there. He has given us everything that we have asked with very little in return when now we think about it. I don't respect the man.
Given what you all have described, he certainly could have, and perhaps did, lean a little on the flirting, for sure. But again, professional, your boss, partner.
I'm not my own mother. So a little bit of flirting. We're in the 50s now, not the 1850s, 1950s. A little bit of flirting's fine, in moderation. I must say, getting married quite as soon as we are after entering into employment's progressive, but we're moving with the times. And so far, he has not given us any reason not to trust him. So I trust him.
Most excellent. And as you say, this is a period where, again, Maria was the one that got married.
Correct.
There's no reason that.
No.
In fact, you specifically didn't want to be Maria.
Exactly. We are two separate individuals. Mother made that very clear. And this mother is taking better care of ourselves. And our interests, our future. I'm looking out for us, putting that with this man. Otherwise, it might have been a mistake to have given him both the key to a childhood room and an address book. But let's not think about that or dwell on that at all. Let's move with the idea that we trust this man that we've given both of those items to.
Of course, of course. Speaking of Virgin, do you trust Bluebeard or do you hold suspicions?
I mean, why wouldn't I trust him? He's been nothing but supportive and endearing. And we're going to be a great pair. Witch already knows that we're going to be the biggest thing out there, and I'm going to be right there by his side, and it's going to be great.
Literally by his side. Which? Do you trust your generous employer, Bluebeard, or do you hold unkind suspicions?
Given me no reason to have suspicions. Since Mother gave him the address book.
I would like to clarify, Mother did not give him the address book.
Virgin did that.
Virgin be doing that.
Scratch that, Virgin.
But he was so nice.
Like, this isn't gonna not bite us in the ass. Cautious, but optimistic.
And as I'm sure the Virgin has argued her case again and again, it's the best way to give up who you were. Literally.
There's nothing wrong with being optimistic. After all, this is a new life.
Giving up the power, that's not.
To each their own, which of course you all have led me into the wonderful next step, which is your sisterly bonds. Animus. You hold yourself apart from your sisters, but blank is the only sister who soothes you. Explain a time they calmed your rage.
Getting into fights is nothing new when you look the way I do, when you see people treating you unfairly, when your own mother seems to take you as either a second parent or simply ignores you in favor of a sister who is seemingly perfect and yet deeply flawed. But that's the past. But sometimes those scars, they tend to follow you in this carnival when there are others who seemingly would want to take your place. Like there was this one performer, one singer who, well, not to go into details, but she reminded me of Maria a little bit in her in her seeming perfectness, in her sweetness, her gentleness that hid all the pettiness and anger and nastiness behind it. And one time, there was a little. I was simply trying to get her to maybe just telling her that she could sing another way. She was a little off in certain places. She couldn't hit that perfect note. And the look on her face, the sheer contempt of my place in this carnival, my authority. If I had my way, I would have pulled her by her hair. I definitely thought of it. I definitely thought of screaming at her and maybe just maybe slapping her around. It was a thought.
But which
A very
sister
over.
soothed you?
It was the witch. The witch was, and she didn't. But the way she soothed me was very interesting because she soothed me by offering a second way to take her down a peg. And we did, in the most sneaky, manipulative way that I could not have thought of. I'm not given to that, but a little manipulativeness, a little bit of white lies is given sometimes.
You got your revenge. That's what mattered.
And she was never heard from again because she went to another carnival. Nothing happened to her. She just went to another carnival.
Fatal, your sisters are who they are, boring and predictable, but Blank has no idea of a woman's true power. Explain why you wish to teach her.
So I do adore the witch. She's honestly one of my favorite sisters, but she just doesn't quite. All her strength comes from this rage and these sandwiches and this. And I try to tell her, I'm like, baby, there's softer, easier ways. But bless her heart, she always want to do things the hard way.
Mother, you know best and try to guide your wayward sisters, but Blank irritates you with their obstinance. Explain a time that they undermined your authority.
Well, they're all good girls. And they're all forging ahead into a brand new world and a brand new life. Obstinance is to be expected, but the Fatale is perhaps a little too keen, pushing us a little too far in directions we're not quite comfortable with yet. But I do understand her and her needs and her wants. I want to support her, I truly do. I just wish every so now and again she'd stop and think and really assess, is she safe? Is she going to be okay? Putting herself out there so soon and so quickly. But she's a good girl. She is.
Virgin, you trust your sisters for the most part, but Blank blackens your innocence with her every word. Explain how she became your enemy.
Oh, I mean, I don't want to think that any of my sisters are my enemy, but the animus she's just a little too aggressive. It's already hard when everyone wants to see tall and broad and statuesque, and there's always that inclination that they want to cast you as the villain already, as someone a lot harsher and rougher and meaner than the other girls they stand beside. And I mean, the animus is not exactly leading us away from that.
I see. So, this new image that you want to make for yourself, the parts of yourself that you want to leave behind, the animus represents some of it.
Definitely, it's the rough and tumble country girl. And dear Lord, I want to be anything but that. I want to be elegant and picturesque and in this body where people aren't going to either be looking away out of shame or fear. And I don't want to be the bully.
Which your sisters are not nearly as important as power, but blank is a useful tool. Explain how they helped your pursuit of blasphemous craft.
Animus is pretty much down for whatever after I calm him down. If it means going through the dark arts, at least it's fun.
So you have an additional reason to offer them alternates to their original violent plans. Serves you both.
I mean, beating the shit out of somebody's fun, but a little petty revenge to go with it. That's like fries and a burger.
Animus. We were just talking about you. You are envious of blank. Explain why you can never compare to this sister.
The Fatal is. I don't understand the way she works. I don't understand the way she thinks. I don't understand how she comes up with the things. And it's not a case of why you come up with these things. It's a case of how. Just simply where how does your mind take A to goes from A to B like that? How does how does how does power in your mind in for her work like that? I am envious because it seems that when we listen to her, we get different we get to our goal differently, but there is always an aspect that I don't consider that the others sometimes don't see, and she sees it better than all of us. And I I I am envious of that, especially because she doesn't care, or at least she can let go of the wrongs done to us when needed, if it would take us forward and away from the people causing us such.
Got it. Okay, Fatal. We were just talking about you.
Aw, me.
Yeah. You try to draw in this sister with your seductive aura. Explain how you hide your insecurities from her.
It's now, I'm not, it's not that I'm being insecure so much as there are just, maybe better parts of yourself that you want to present and worse parts that maybe you don't. And, mother's awfully sweet. And there are just some worries that you just don't want to put on mama's shoulders. she takes on so much, and so sometimes I'm not gonna say she's as easy to fool as a man. She's not. It's hard to get anything past mama, but a little bit of razzle dazzle does the trick when you really need it to.
I love that. Razzle dazzle.
Oh, Mama loves a show.
You know, at some point she's going to tell you no, right?
I mean, she hasn't yet. Not really. Not in a way
What
that
will you
sticks.
what will you do then? Oh, mother. Hello. You trust blank to have your back. Explain a time that the sister supported you in your time of need.
I shouldn't have favourites. Shouldn't have favourites. It's a horrible, horrible thing. And let's be fair, we've all suffered that from the hands of our own mother, haven't we? Though, it's Virgin. She's just, how to put it. She will never go against me. She never has up until this point. Now, whether it be that she's scared, fearful, or maybe contemplative, whatever it might be, she has always stood by my side. I have always been able to wrap her up away from the horrors of the world. I've always been able to just muffle it ever so slightly. She's never had to see the worst parts of it. I hope. I would like to think I have protected her from that in a way that we never were. And as such, in return, she has never strayed from my side. Whenever a decision has been made, she has been with me in that majority of the sisters. So together, we are quite strong. But maybe it is time to let go. I hope not. I do hope not.
Virgin. Blank often helps you play tricks on the others. Explain a time when she was your ally in mischief.
I mean, it's probably a little unexpected, but Mother is the one that actually helps the most. After all, my darling dear sisters are always on the lookout for the hard and the mean and the nasty, and just a little bit more perceptive to actual tricks. But looking at Mother's kindness, softness, and it's a little bit easier to pull the wool over their eyes doing something like, changing out our tea for something with chamomile and lavender at the end of the night and causing us to miss that one party, which, I mean, we didn't really want to go to, but some people wanted to go to. And I mean, it was very funny when we woke up and our makeup was still half plastered on ourselves, half on our pillow, and we looked a little bit like one of the clowns.
I'm not going to lie, I actually deeply love that your pranks are, in fact, toning down the wildness.
Like I said,
Someone
she's a
has
good
to.
girl.
No,
Yep.
no one has to.
But have you considered murder?
Which, it's your turn. It's your turn. Blank draws an evil to her, even though you're the one yelling murder. Explain what you have done to keep that evil at bay.
As much as Fatal likes to think that I'm the wild one, I tend to draw that kind of attention to get the heat off of her. As violent as I am, that's only because people who got that deserved it. I'm a pacifist. Mother, don't look at me like that.
What?
We know who your favorite is.
Oh,
We aren't blind.
Sisters. Congratulations. I now know you better, and it's your big night. You've passed your audition. Whatever small shows you've been with in the past, you have not been with Bluebeard's Carnival yet, the Carnival of Dark Wonders. And the letter came with a book of tickets inside it. And it said, "To my dearest showgirl, it gives me great pleasure to inform you that your flawless audition on the 1st of September, timely, left me wanting more. To satiate myself, I must insist that you accept my offer of employment and become a showgirl with my traveling carnival immediately. I know by now you must have heard the disturbing rumors about the fates of my former showgirls. This business is all rumors. These allegations are slander and falsehood. People are so dramatic. The carnival is a dying art form, and there are those in this country who will see us shut down permanently. I am told that it's distasteful for a show in the 1950s to have too many of a certain type of performer. The public would prefer to have their entertainment be feats of comfortable showmanship or deft illusion, rather than confrontations with the bizarre or otherworldly or unknown. They do not understand, as you and I do, about spectacle and beauty, my dear. I have been watching you for some time now, and the position of my top-billed showgirl will no doubt call upon your many skills, talents, and gifts. It's not an easy position to hold, no doubt. Beyond that, however, I need you to be my right hand. I need someone who can be a part of this beautiful display of monstrosity and magic, who can embrace it wholeheartedly, who sees it for the work of art that it is and is not gripped by mere, simple, stupid fear. You must see how I need someone I can trust, how much I need you. Regrettably, I will be away in a neighboring county for your first day of work. Enclosed is my signet ring and a roll of tickets. The other carnies will recognize my authority through these items and grant you access wherever you choose to explore, and come if you should need to call on them for assistance. Take this time to investigate the carnival, to see it for its full wonder. I look forward to hearing that you are ready to become part of this magnificent enterprise. Yours respectfully, Bluebeard, ringmaster of the traveling Carnival of Dark Wonders. P.S. Thank you for the lovely gifts. To begin showing you my gratitude, I have ordered you a proper showgirl's costume, but until it arrives, please consider wearing that little red number that you've had on for your audition. And do remember as you explore my establishment that your inquiries should not encroach on my personal character. We are above that, you and I. Do not enter my private tent." You fold up the letter. You are, as you say, amongst the carnival. The car has left. Your few belongings have been unloaded by, I suppose, one of the clowns into what will be your caravan now. You have a book of tickets, strange, different writing, different colors. What do you do, sisters? And I will tell you that the gift that was the most meaningful. I think giving him permission to help you with your old life, to tell you that it was okay to shut them all out now, means that the virgin will be given the book of tickets first. The showgirl is yours, my dear.
It might be a little bold, but when I take out the signet ring, I actually slip it on my left ring finger.
Oh, that's a bit forward, dear, don't you think?
I mean, who's really going to think that we're serious after all? We're constantly living on stage. But I mean, what's the worst that'll happen?
That's true, but there is a line between work and pleasure, and until we've done a little exploring, maybe we should keep those boundaries a little clearer, just a little, that's all I'm saying. Maybe we'll go and have an explore and see what we can find, eh?
And maybe not have the ring on the left ring finger.
Oh, let her play her little game. Let her play dress up. Let's all play dress up. She
Yes,
can wear the
let's
ring, and we'll
play
go
dress up.
slip into something cute.
I mean, yeah, the red dress is very nice, but I mean he's in it. He's seen us in it already, and everyone at the audition's seen it done us in already. So maybe we just see what else there is and see what else can fit. Maybe we have something a lot nicer than the little red number until our costume arrives.
Disobeying our new boss on the first day itself urgent. Didn't expect that of you.
Yeah.
I'm not disobeying anyone. After
Oh.
all, he's not here.
Sisters, come on now. We can all play nice. We've just arrived. Let's go and explore.
And here everyone thought I was the chaos person, but that's just me. That's just me.
You are, sister, but in the best way. It's just mother doesn't like us when we gang up on Virgin. But it's fine. Let's just go and explore.
Oh, you know I'm only teasing. Come on.
Mother's favorite.
I mean, after all, Fatal wants to dress up too, and I mean, they might. Who knows? They might have some like really nice heels, like
So
really red little heels. Big
that
heels.
leads me to the question: do you have on the red dress?
I think we might.
Okay.
After all, this is pretty recently after the audition, and
Do you have the heels?
I have some heels. I change into slightly shorter heels. After all, this is ground, and it would be very embarrassing for the showgirl to fall on her ass the first day because she accidentally stepped into a gopher hole.
Do you have the white feather?
It is tucked into our hair, actually.
Excellent. You look through each of these tickets, a whole bundle, everything from rides to the fortune teller to just any carnival accoutrement. It is a wide spread across the fairgrounds. It's late. The crowds have gone home, though you do know from, well, some of the talk, maybe some of the rumors, that sometimes patrons can stay later for special shows. Where would you like to go? What ticket draws your eye?
Well, I mean, if costume changes are off the table, if everyone else wants to be grumpy tonight after had such a good day, then I think we should at least, go appreciate ourselves a little bit more. And I did see a ticket for the Hall of Mirrors in there.
Very well. All right, you take off for what you think is probably the correct direction. Again, you sort of remember the place, but it changes layout every time they set it up, after all. And that was Charlottesville. Your feet drag across flattened grass and mud. Probably the high heels was, you're right, maybe a little too treacherous. A faint murmur of laughter trickles between the flaps of the tent near you. You keep your eyes steady forward, and somewhere above you, there's a figure that twists in the wind, but when you look up, it's gone. Someone performing something high up in the air, perhaps. You see ahead of you the Hall of Mirrors. You step in, hearing the steps creak under your feet, the click, click, click. The door closes behind you. You see laid out amongst you, laid out in front of you, all of the images of you into infinity. Some of them up, some of them broader, some of them shaped from wavy glass. And there, amongst occasional splashes of of paint and images that break up the image that is just you into infinity.
Well, I definitely start just kind of looking over myself in the mirror, the slinky little red number. Looking at the slightly blurred mirrors, it's not showing the raw hedge him anymore, and that unfortunate little scuff over on our right shoulder. And maybe it's something about the circus lights, but everything just feels a little brighter. There's a lightness in our step, and we look just a little bit more magical. And I just kind of like reach out and like touch a mirror, and I would like to take stock. I'm sorry. Investigate a mysterious object on whose item is this?
The mirror?
Yes.
Very well. The mirror is Bluebeard's and the Carnival, of course. It is one of the central attractions. The Hall of Mirrors is an interesting place that echoes and has like strange, I suppose, almost a haunting reverberation of sound of glass on glass on glass. It's the Carnivals.
And what about this item is odd or uncanny?
You hear the click, click, click of your shoes, even though they're not the high heels. They still tap against the metal of the floor. And you realize even though you're standing still, you still hear the click, click, click. And you look around, and it's just you. So many you.
Did anybody else hear that?
That was strange.
Hold on a sec. Virgin, can we stomp our heel real quick?
Sure. And just like a quick little tap against the wood.
Okay, so
Muted.
that didn't sound like our heels, did it, sisters?
I mean, we're at the carnival. Just because the rubes are gone, there's still workers, there's still barkers, there's still schmucks and marks. Somebody's wandering through here with us. Just take some time and enjoy it. My goodness, can't even spend some time in front of a mirror.
Enjoy it, enjoy it.
Quiet. And just do a little like twirl.
As the Virgin twirls, Mother is going to take stock and just see what traps have been laid for the bride here.
Muted, Abby.
Excellent. As Mother looks, and that thing that you do to keep yourself from being dizzy is you find that one spot while you spin, and Mother is paying attention to that one spot, and Mother sees what's making the tapping noise, which is one of the reflections isn't spinning. In fact, it's tapping on the glass. Tap, 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 tap.
Oh my god. What is that? What?
I didn't do it.
It has to be a trick.
I didn't do it.
Trick of the light?
A trick at the carnival. After all, think about everything we've seen, Mother. This is just one of the tricks.
I would
It starts
like
clapping when you stop spinning, as if it approves.
I would like to investigate the mysterious object and investigate that mirror specifically. But also, once I would like to, what memories does this item hold? But also, once I finish investigating, once we have that discussion, I will use my feature as a brute and smash the mirror.
I see. So what was the question again, please?
What memories does this item hold?
Ah, you see people walking through, people traveling through the carnival and getting lost, traveling through the Hall of Mirrors, couples, children, and every once in a while there's someone who's traveling alone. They don't have anyone with them, and they'll bump into a mirror and they'll stop and they'll laugh because of course that's what the Hall of Mirrors is for. And they'll turn around trying to find the new exit out, and they'll bump into the next one. And you start seeing what inevitably happens when someone can't find their way out of space. They start trying to find the door, they start feeling, they start calling for help. And there's that echo, that sound of let me out. And you see a young man, jeans, button-up shirt, just another local farm guy. And he's in here for hours. You don't know if the door's locked, you don't know if it's after hours, but he is pushing and trying to find his way out. And you finally see him turn a corner in a way that moves on to another set of mirrors, and you don't hear the yelling anymore. You don't hear anything. That's what the mirrors see.
Oh.
And you smash the mirror.
Oh,
Animus.
oh
It
my
was
God.
clapping. It was clapping. And look, we all know we've been to some weird carnivals. It is bound to be all carnivals have something weird in it, and we ain't doing that stuff. Okay, we ain't doing that shit. We ain't gonna put up with it. Okay.
This is a carnival we work for now.
You know, this is
Like-
going out of our paycheck, right?
Exactly. And
Oops.
it's not only
Oops.
that, what is Bluebeard going to think? What is our ringmaster going to think the first
You know what?
thing we do?
I'm
Here's
sure
what we do.
we
Here's
can
what we do.
replace the mirror. It's not a problem. Oops.
We tell
Something
'em-
happened.
We tell them we tripped.
That's not
got-
unreasonable. That would be fine. Let's care for ourselves first, and we can think about the mirror afterwards.
Yes.
Animus, how are our hands? That was a mighty punch. Are you okay, dear?
What do you get back, by the way, for the brute ability?
Oh, yeah. I'll also ask a follow-up question about the object. Its essence will remain, but the item can no longer be investigated by any system.
Correct. What's your additional question, please?
Why did Bluebeard keep this item?
He kept it for the rubes, of course. He kept it so that that's what they sign up for. They sign up to come laugh at the mirror. They like it. They like getting confused and lost and looking at themselves. They paid to come in. Give them what they want. Miles of it. And you see movement again from another mirror as the woman in the red dress with the white feather in her hair reaches down and picks up a shard of glass from the ground in her reflection. And you
Oh.
see there's a thread, a red thread, almost like a glowing rope coming off the back of the reflection and off into the unknown behind it. And she turns and just starts messing with the dress. She puts the glass to the thread and puts it through it. Sisters, take a trauma. There is a faint echo of voices on glass as she says, "There, that's better," and starts looking for more threads.
What What does this place demand of the showgirl?
The place demands that the showgirl cut all connections.
Mother would like to try and care for this horror. Or care for someone. Easing their suffering and bridling their torment. Briefly, she sort of guides the Virgin's hands to the hands of the apparition before them and just gently prizes apart the fingers around the glass shard and just pulls it gently apart until it drops to the floor and holds those hands tight and just whispers to her, as long as you know yourself, you're never alone.
They'll find me. They'll find me. They'll find... I have to cut everything off. I have to take it all away. Just leave me here. It'll be fine. It's what we want.
It's what you want so desperately. We'll let you go, but find peace. Find peace, I beg.
We will. And you see the glass reaches up, and she's not touching you. She's touching the reflection you see of yourself. You never feel a hand touch you, but you see her caress the cheek, her own cheek, and says, of course, we're home.
Oh. Virgin darling, would you mind getting us out of here? I'm feeling a little bit faint.
I gotta learn how to do that.
And I think the Virgin has kind of been taken in by this horror just a little bit. But and so she lifts up her hand to kind of follow the same path. And is the shard of glass in her palm now? Or
No, it's been dropped, but she smiles when you do that radiantly to you and says, you understand. It hurts to let go of something we've held on to for so long, but that pain is important. That pain is meaningful. And she looks at you and says, you want it too. Just cut it away. It won't hurt after that. It'll only hurt for a minute.
Virgin darling, it's time to leave.
Kid,
All right, kiddo. Okay, so
come
here's
on. Sweetie, come on.
Come on. We'll go get some bread.
I think the Virgin does stop to like pick up the piece of glass and starts to actually reach for some of the threads they see in the mirror, and then they're also stop and look at the glass that's starting to now like cut into their hand. And
Take a trauma, Virgin.
Darling, no, darling, that's not... Put it
But-
down, darling. Mother's going to use her martyr feat and take one trauma for the Virgin and heal 2. No, sweetie. You can't do this. This isn't right. This isn't right, sweetheart. We've got to go. We've got to get out of here. It's doing stuff to our head.
as like the pain kind of like brings her back, she looks down at the glass, and I would like to propose a truth.
Very well. What do you believe is the truth here?
That this specific instance is probably not the best way for us to cut away all ties, but the ringmaster is going to help us with that, of course. After all, we trusted him, we put our trust in him, and removing parts of ourselves are not going to get rid of everything. And I would like to propose a token of faithfulness.
Very well. What item do you take with you as an item of faith?
The piece of glass, of course, coated in our blood that's probably drying brown by now.
Of course. And despite the fact that your hand is a bit injured, sisters, all please heal a trauma. You have been faithful. And as you step out into the cooling evening air, we're going to go ahead and step away for our break. Everybody, go stretch, drink some water, take a deep breath. Remember to take your medication, and we'll be back for the show in about 10 minutes to continue the journey of our sisters and the showgirl in the Carnival of Dark Wonder. See you then. Welcome back to Girls Run These Worlds and our feminine horror series, Recurring Nightmares. Let's get back to it. The showgirl has exited the Hall of Mirrors, the fun house. It was fun. You're holding a piece of broken glass from one of the mirrors. Virgin, you should hand the tickets to someone else. Who is it?
I mean, the obvious choice is Mother. After all, I didn't think it was that bad, but
Okay. Mother, you have the tickets.
Oh no, not before me girls have all had a go, I think. And with that, she passes the ring to Animus. Or passes the tickets, sorry. No, it's all right. What you said about favoritism before, I don't stand by it. I'm just looking out for you all. So here we go. How about you take us somewhere this time?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's okay. It's all good.
Animus, you have a bundle of tickets in the showgirl's hands, which are still, stinging a bit from your punch and the glass injury. But again, otherwise, as you say, they're manicured and well cared for. Amongst these tickets, some pale, some shiny, some oddly soft, some handwritten, some with the words completely faded. Tell me what the ticket looks like that you pull.
The ticket I pull, maybe it's curiosity or maybe it's just, let's try something new. She pulls one of the handwritten ones.
Okay. It's hard to read the text, but it is faded. It is certainly been handled several times, but it does seem as if there was calligraphy there. It's not rough handwriting. And you begin to walk. And you hear your name a few times. Nothing where you turn and see anyone in particular, but it's clear that there are people that are talking about you, that your appearance and arrival have been noted. And, well, you have attention. People know that even though Bluebeard is away, the new girl's here. And she's in charge. You follow. Go ahead.
Fuck yeah. Soon they will say my name in the same in synonymous with Bluebeard. I have patience, but for now, this is sweet.
And in fact, as you walk through, you realize that the ticket, you're starting to see a series of posters that have similar, like, fancier handwriting that's painted large in the letters. And you see, come to the oddities, living oddities. That is the direction.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, I'm living oddities, so that means this is. I'm guessing people. We live in people. Like, I mean, oddities, right? They gotta be people, so that means I should absolutely know them, considering I'm in charge, and we need to make some things clear between us. So let's go ahead. Let's see. Who knows? Maybe we'd find some sensible people here.
I mean, we do need to get to know our staff, but Animus, we do not need to punch anyone this time.
I did
This
not punch
time.
anyone. It was a thing. It's a mirror. I don't know what you saw in there, girlie. I don't, and frankly, I don't want to know. Let's just move on.
The
Girls will
tent,
be girls.
the tent beckons. You enter, and the flap closes behind you. Looking around, you see what is honestly a fairly ordinary, by first appearances, tent. There's areas that are set aside, almost booth-like, where somebody would be sitting. A little further away, a bit curtained off. And there's about 6 of them all through, like circling the edges of this large tent. Spaces where you could pull the curtain away and, take a look at what people came to see, honestly. But it's after hours. So what you do see at the moment, at least for one of the booths, is that the curtain is pulled wide open and that there's a man sitting back, relaxing, and he has what seems to be like almost dark gray-green scales across his skin. And bald head, smoking, taking a break. And he looks up and gives you an up and down because, well, it's a lovely red dress. Hey! Yeah, sorry. Ow.
No problem, sir. Nice to meet you.
And he smiles, and you see his teeth are filed to points. And he reaches a hand forward, and he's like, yeah, shit, you're the showgirl, huh? They call me Al. I'm the alligator man.
Oh yes, I understand. Of course, fearsome image you have, sir. I always appreciate a person dedicated to their craft and their name.
I mean, you do what you can with what you got, and it's not a bad way to make some money. Just sitting out, giving a show, so to speak. He's like, there's there's some other performers around here, and he like bangs on the side of the the partition, and you hear what you thought was just a soft breathing sound. There's a slight snort as somebody wakes up, and you hear the what? I was taking a nap. Like, we're off, Al. Shut up. And he's like, new showgirl's here. Oh.
Yo.
And you see the pulled you see the curtain pull apart, but you see it pulled across by feet, as the individual that you are looking at is a petite woman with golden blonde ringlets and absolutely no arms. She is sitting there just crocheting with her feet.
Oh, hello.
You are a very talented ma'am. You're very talented. Forgive my awkwardness. It's just I uh I've never seen someone like you before. You do look lovely. It's nice to meet you.
Thanks, Martha.
I'm the showgirl.
The amazing Martha.
Oh, of course. Would you like, I'm new here, so like, do you guys wanna like, do you have any tips to share? You guys been doing this for a long time. I'm always open to feedback on like, performance or just like living around here or something.
Ooh. And Al cracks his neck. Little eager beaver, huh?
I guess.
Well, if I got to give any sort of advice, it's just let things be. We got a certain way that things are doing. things are fine. You can have a place in it if you want, or you can fight it. And if you fight it, you probably won't like the results. But in the meantime, we make good money. Sometimes, sometimes it's there's a situation about, again, maybe just, letting some patrons in after hours, private shows, etc. But, it is what it is. Good money. And Martha just gives an eye roll and goes back to crocheting.
No offense, people, no offense, but what do you do in private shows? I mean, I can guess. I've seen.
You have no
Why you
idea how many
laughing?
people want to see how far down the scales go.
Now
Animus.
I'm curious. Okay. No, I did not. That did not. No, that was not me asking. That was an offhand comment.
He lets go of his
Uh,
belt buckle and he's like, I ain't scared of anybody. And you ain't bad. Like, does an up down.
uh, sure. You're not my type, sir. But
You got a
I
you got a problem with people like me?
no, but no, it's not that. It's just your roommate here is.
Martha
I
actually at that point pipes up. And it's like, oh, Al, she hasn't got a problem with us. She's one of us. She's just missing her other half.
yeah, yeah. Like
At
good
this
guy.
point, would I be able to take stock
Mhm.
and see what stalks the bride from the shadows in this room?
100%. As Martha says that and says, she's missing her other half, you feel a weight against your side. And you look and there's nothing there. I mean, it's the same dress, but you feel as if someone is standing so close to you, hip to hip. It's a smaller person. Like there's almost a presence, a closeness. It's right there, just out of sight, just out of reach. But she's there, and you know it's a her. And the two performers are just chattering. They haven't said that they noticed anything unusual. But then what does unusual mean in this place right now? As you see a sign in another booth that says the mermaid, or you see another that says devil boy.
Oh, mother's beginning to feel a little nervous, and she would like to also take stock and ask what traps have been laid for the bride.
Presence is stronger. You feel now as if it's a little harder to move, like you're dragging a weight. And you hear a voice. It's a familiar one, in fact. It's one you haven't heard for a while. It's one you've been avoiding talking to. You hear a humming sound, and you know from the song, you know from the tone, the gentleness, that standing next to you is Maria.
No,
And
nope. We left
Mother,
her behind.
yes, Animus dear.
The more you think about it, the more you realize that Maria's connected to you, to your side.
she can't leave well enough alone, can she? Mother, I don't want to say the word out loud, but I'm going to say the word out loud. That nosy bitch.
It's okay, dear. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. This
And
is
Martha just smiles and is like, "Oh, Maria, your sister's a spitfire, isn't she? You
That's
two
one
are
way of
so
putting
Do
it.
cute."
we have to talk about her right now? Like, she ain't fucking here, so she can.
She's. What do you mean she ain't here? She's right there. I know you want some private time, but that's pretty hard in circumstances like ours, isn't it? And you hear your sister smile and say, "Yes, it's it is what it is."
Oh.
She's very good about my privacy.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I didn't do it.
You
Can
realize
I-
now that you are, in fact, not just a twin, but a conjoined twin.
oh,
Ooh.
this is the
Oh,
no.
you're not
We were
looking
separate.
well. Everyone take a trauma.
NMS, you need to get rid of her. You're the
Yes,
one that's
Yeah,
that's good about this kind of thing. Just get rid of her.
Al stands
Yeah.
up of, "Hey, are you sure you ladies need to like sit down or something? Like your booth's over there. Like you probably want to actually sit down. Like you've been walking around all day."
I'm sorry, did he say our booth?
Yeah.
We're second in command here. We ain't got a booth. We're on the stage.
And you look over, and sure enough, there's a booth wider than the usual that says the Sparkling Showgirl Sisters.
Sisters, plural, mother. Oh hell no, nope. I want her away. I want to ask, can I dirty myself with violence against against my conjoined twin?
Of course,
Okay,
you certainly
I
may.
I want to silence them. Just just want them, just want to feel like she knows she came here fucking alone. She should just shut up.
Okay. And as you reach out, Maria is there now. Like not even a feeling presence, is visible, looks at you with those big, beautiful, perfect eyes, and says, "Don't you want me? We've always been together. We always will be together. I wanted to come with you, and now we'll always be together in the circus."
What have you drunk? I came here to get away from you and to get away from your fucking perfectness and your, oh, I know better than you and everything. You know what? No, shut up for once in your life. And I'm going to roll
Mm-hmm.
my 2d6s. Come on, baby. That's a 6 plus 2, 8 plus 1, 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You silence them. You tell me how you silence your sister.
Well, usual way she used to silence her was either just tell her to go away, or like maybe remind her of a secret that she happens to keep for her, remind her of all the favors that she has done for her, being the responsible one. So she brings up one specific one that they both knew not to bring up, about a boy,
Sister,
about a
you have dirtied yourself with violence. So how do you physically silence your sister?
oh, uh she's going to put her she's going to take the key that she left that they left behind, the key that she'd taken hers, and she's going to put it, she's not going to shove it so deep that she chokes on it as much, but she's going to put it in her mouth and like force her to bite down and be like, shut up and go away back to your fucking perfect life and leave us alone. This is mine.
On a 7 to 9, choose one from the list below as well. Your vulnerability leaves you open to trauma, or your carelessness leaves you in a bad spot.
My carelessness leaves in a bad spot.
Okay. She's biting on the key. Her eyes are filling with tears. She looks so hurt by you, and you see like Al stand up and say, look, you can't treat her like that. She is, look, I get that like you're part of the community with us, but we don't treat each other like that. That is unacceptable. You're going to have to sit and think about this, and you're going to have to not touch her. And he actually like physically moves to pick you up and take you to the booth, where it is apparent that you have probably gotten in fights with your sister before, because the chairs actually have restraints. Just your side.
This is so unfair.
Animus, darling, Animus.
I didn't start this show.
I must beg you. I've got to beg you now. Run, get out of here. This must be a mind trick. This must be a mind trick. Let's get out of here. Let's run.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very big novelty. I'm usually the one who does this shit.
Yeah, I'm going to escape from here with a.
Are you escaping, or are you proposing a truth?
Yeah. You know what? Proposing a truth. Because fuck this shit. This was not what they came in with.
Okay. What truth do you propose for this tent of living oddities? What is the message here?
We are not in. I am not enough. There has to be something odd. Why is it not enough? Why does Bluebeard want us to be like, to not be ourselves? Why is he using Maria, knowing that how we feel about her and what we left behind and why we left behind? So that means we are not enough here. I am not enough. That means it will always. This was not supposed to happen, and we have been tricked into being sealed with someone we thought we'd left behind again, because I am not enough once again.
What momentum do you take? What token from this room, this tent?
She is going to take she's going to take one of the restraints. Is it like, yeah, she's going to take one of the restraints and just leave.
Okay. You pull a buckle and a piece of leather hard. You are the Animus after all, and you are a big woman. You are strong, the showgirl. She rips it off the chair and turns. Do you stumble back out of the tent or fall backwards out?
Stumble backwards, just managing to hold on some level of balance.
Okay. As you pass through, you hear the yell as you rip yourself out of Al's arms. You hear the yell behind you of, you need to get your act together.
Fuck you.
It's like,
and she shows a middle finger.
As you stumble out into the cool night air, you realize there's no Maria. There's no change to your dress. There's no weight. Of course, you have a twin, but you've never been physically tied to them that way, even though it felt like there was a weight on your life that was her presence every moment. It was never like the people in the tent. You're alone.
We're fine.
Pass the tickets.
Huh. That was interesting.
Another trick, obviously.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to do that.
Yeah, I was just about to tell you, just about to give you the tickets, but because of that statement, I'm not going to. Like, I'm
What?
sorry. I know we don't want to do that
Sorry,
shit.
I'm the one who stuck their foot so far down their mouth it came out their ass.
What?
I mean,
I don't want that shit to happen.
I
Period.
think.
I am passing
think.
it on to Fatal.
Animus.
What?
Fuck
Animus.
this. I'm passing it on to Fatal. Fuck this. No.
Jeez.
Animus.
Loosen
please.
up.
Everybody needs to calm down. This has been stressful, but we are bigger than this. Quite literally, we are bigger than this. We are better than this, and whatever they're trying to fuck with us with, we'll overcome it. That was just a trick of the light.
It was Hayes, the new girl. After all,
Yes,
Maria's not here. Our
exactly.
ringmaster would not do that to us. He knows how important it is that we are the star.
Something fucking happened there, and we all fucking heard Maria. So you know what, Fatal, these tickets are yours. Let's figure something out. Let's do something, literally anything that might just actually be about us for fucking once.
Calm yourself, sister. Calm yourself. We're getting a bit too het up, might I add. It's not going to serve us. Woosa, woosa. Remember how we calmed ourselves.
With violence.
Very good. Very good. Fatal.
Wait, that
Um,
was
so I'm just, as I'm listening to my sisters just bicker in the background, I'm just kind of running my fingers through this book, flipping around to see what's available, what's this, what's that. And there's one, it's kind of heavy. It has, it's embossed, and it's a classic, large, off cream, beautiful, heavy. Um, the embossing is red, but there are little hints of gold. I'm sure it's just gold paint, but from this angle in this light, it looks like real gold. And this is my ticket.
Hey, it's where you've wanted to go. You find yourself traveling through, and a now that you've been around a bit more, you start seeing more activity. There's roustabouts, there's people cleaning, there's performers putting on their makeup or taking it off in some cases. And a clown comes forward to greet you. You are the ringmaster's right hand, after all. It looks like he's about to make some sort of comment, but spots the ring on your finger and becomes more respectful. He asks where you're looking. You demonstrate the ticket, and his painted smile, grows wide. And he's like, I can show you that. He extends a gloved hand towards you, and there's some brown smudges along the seams, but his smile is painted on in bright blues and greens, and it's a little dizzying, but you follow, and you are taken to the big top. You are taken to the tent. You are taken to your domain. You step inside. This beautiful, beautiful reds and golds and creams, the colors, the stripes, the lights. It's empty right now. The clown does not follow. The flap closes behind you, and you are here in what will be your kingdom. You are surrounded by the stands, the wooden bleachers, but there are so many of them. They may seem simple, but they will hold masses who will look at you. For now, it's quiet. There's ropes and what is acrobatic silks hanging, the remains of acts and performances. What do you do?
All right. The big top is still somewhat lit. It's not dim yet, but about half the lights are out. But that means that when the one spot is on, for some reason, no one's turned off the spot over the center ring. And that's my spotlight. And that's my ring. And yeah, I don't have a crowd today. Not tonight, but when Bluebeard gets back, he's gonna stand there, and then I will stand there, and together we are going to we're gonna bark and guide these rubes and marks from beginning to end. We're gonna empty every pocket, and they're gonna adore us for it. And I just kind of wander. I'm trailing my fingers over the empty seats as I walk towards the center ring.
You can feel the eyes. You can't see anyone here, but you can feel them, almost a physical presence, the gaze, the attention that you have longed for, yearned for. They are almost carving you up. Every inch of you is visible to a multitude unseen along these empty bleachers or from the shadows.
And every inch of me is glorious. They should be so lucky. There's a box, someone's left some of the props, and there's a hat just on top of the box. And yeah, it's the ringmaster's hat. It's not mine. Mine will be rhinestones and feathers and gold and glitter. But it'll do for now. I just kind of pick it up and looking at the light in one of these and just kind of preen for a moment, just under the spotlight.
If Mother could see us now.
She would hate
Maria,
it, and it
eat.
would be great.
Maria, eat your fucking heart out.
Oh, imagine rolling through town, Maria and that yokel of hers just standing on Main Street. Maybe she's got a little snotty nosed brat or two, and there we are in glitter and gems and feathers, riding
And
past on an
heels.
elephant, pretending we
Ain't no
don't even
hiding
know her.
places. Ah, oh, revenge is the best revenge is to live well. Virgin, take note. Fatal's doing this for us.
There's a breeze that comes through the tent. You don't see any of the flaps open, but it moves past you, gentle across your skin, and it comes almost with a whisper. Rise.
So, as we look around, just kind of wandering the edge of the spotlight, posing and preening for all the empty seats, we are kind of spiraling towards some of these abandoned silks. Most of them are outside of the light, but one of them is there. It's visible and pretty, and okay, we're not an acrobat, we're a showgirl, and it's not the same, but what if we just tried it, sisters? Just like there's no one here. It's not like we'll go up. Just a grab and a swing and a twirl and a
I mean,
I'd like to take some stock.
What is your question?
What traps have been laid for us?
y'all take all the fun out of life.
As the fatal reaches up and wraps this soft, or actually smooth, cool silk just around and around and takes hold of it, the word comes again, rise. And the silk goes taut as it begins to lift. And you are, without a jerk, just so smooth, that moment of holding from 1 second to the next, the showgirl is hanging 8 feet, 10 feet in the air and still slowly rising. And the spotlight is following. And you are spinning, and the silk hangs down your arm and past your body as you are holding on and watching the bleachers below you and the ring below you.
Oh, Mother was
We're
never very
fucking
good with
naturals.
heights. Ah,
We're fucking naturals at this. This is awesome.
this is disconcerting. Mother would like to take stock and just see what stalks the bride from the shadows, either from the top of the big top or from the bleachers.
more silks are hanging. More silks are, as you swing past, one touches your arm and wraps. And now you have another. And you feel another that comes and begins to wrap around your waist across this beautiful dress and hangs down your leg. And despite the fact that silk is smooth and slick and should move, it's not moving. You are held, and you are going higher and higher. And you are not so much holding on anymore as being held. And you are now 20 feet up. You are now 25. And there
Fatal.
becomes the sound of
Um,
applause. Faint.
Oh,
okay.
Fatal.
I would like to investigate this, the silks,
Mhm.
and what memories does this item hold?
There is a woman. She is in gold sequins. The crowd is roaring below her. She has hair that hangs down to the back of her knees, and it is blowing in the wind. She has her arms, one in each silk, curled and is swinging, just freedom of movement. She is the wind, and they adore her. They are looking at her. She is climbing higher and higher to the very top of the tent. And there's a moment, the spotlight is hot and bright, and a bead of sweat shifts wrong on her hand, and it pulls, and she is, instead of being held, or instead of holding, she is held there, feeling her arm shift wrong. And the show can't stop. The show has to keep going. And so her arm on fire, her shoulder not in the correct place in a joint, is still holding her up as she swings and swings, all the while biting, gripping her teeth, biting until her lip bleeds, but smiling because they can't see from that distance. All they can see is a woman gracefully swinging through the air, because that is the show, and the show goes on, and your arm is burning. Take a trauma, sisters.
All
Uh, Fatal, just sister. I look, more often than not, you have your own way of doing things, but that's not good. Oh, do you, I do you think that is going to happen to us as well? I don't want that to happen to us.
The applause continues to rise from nowhere. You are 30 feet.
right. I don't. Nah, it's not gonna happen to us. She made a mistake, and we're a star. We've got
Okay.
this. Um,
Yes.
I am going to. I think I would like to caress a horror. Um, and I? You said that I've got one around each arm and one has come around my waist as well, right?
Correct?
All right. Can I combine my caress a horror with my face move the dancer?
Very much so. Please read the dancer out.
The dancer, remove a piece of your clothing to care for someone. That item of clothing is lost to you forever, but it feeds the appetite of the horror or servant until the bride speaks again. Uh, so I'm going to, in caressing the silks, instead of fighting against them and possibly hurting our own arm trying to wiggle free, I'm instead going to kind of twist so that we wrap ourselves further into them. We cocoon as we twist, and in doing so, in that moment when we're hidden from the invisible audience, one of the very finest, fastest first things a good showgirl must learn to do is a quick change. You absolutely must be able to get in and out rapidly. And while we are entangled in that, as one of our arms, we wiggle just enough and we squeeze, we're twisting, and in caressing these silks, in embracing them and saying, no, we're not going to fight and run. We love the circus. We're going to do this too. I'm going to try to come out of our dress so that it can have the dress. And we got on 50s lingerie. It's cute as fuck. It's red too.
Absolutely. It's, as you say, the silk around your middle expands out and shifts, and you move it just the right way so that as you turn back, the dress is gone, and you realize that the silks around you are now that brilliant shimmering red, and you hang there in the air, half dressed but glorious, as you hear the audience gasp in shock at what is this quick change in the air, this what must be the show, what must be the spectacle. You see no one, but you hear the electric energy of them, and the silks begin to spin and spin, and you're going down, but you're going so fast. It is as if you are flying. Do you wish to propose the truth?
Um, I do. As we are spinning down towards the ground, um, I wait until we are pretty close as we're going to get, and it doesn't look like we're slowing. So when as we spin past a bench, I'm going to, even if it hurts, I'm going to reach out and grab it, but I'm going to hold on to the silk and rip a piece of this beautiful red silk free. And what this is my token of faithfulness, because Bluebeard left us all this beauty and magic, a whole invisible audience for us to practice in front of, a chance to prove that we're better than the last girls who came and went without making a splash. Of course, it's a
Indeed,
token of faithfulness.
of course. And you stand from the ground. There is a faint shower of sawdust. You didn't even tumble. You landed. You give a bow to no one, but you feel it. You know that they're there, and you hear the applause as you step out, half dressed but spectacular, into the night. The tent flap closes. Sister, who do you pass the tickets to? Sister's heel
Well,
trauma.
oh, nice. I am going to, as I stand there, in the chilly air, I'm going to take that little piece of silk, and it's not enough to wrap around as a proper skirt, but it's just enough to kind of tie a little bit of something around your waist. I'm going to tie it around our waist and leave the tickets in the hands of the witch. Be like, well, Mother did ask to go last.
Oh no. And I mean, I'm progressive and all that, but this is looking at the lingerie we are wearing. This is a bit much even for me. Oh,
Yes, I'm not sure this is something we should be showing everyone.
yeah.
Who's
Oh,
here?
come on. It ain't that
Who's here?
bad. I'm with
Who's
Patel
here?
on this. Live a little.
You do hear
God.
several whistles out from one area of the caravans.
That's what I
Take a
was
picture. It'll last her longer.
Random applause.
Okay, okay, okay. There might be some redeeming factors here. Look, we're the showgirl. Show is in the title. You know what?
Give him a little
Let
something to warm up at night. They're gonna stare. Let's give him something to stare at.
the witch has good ideas.
Have time for one more ticket, sisters. What does it look like?
What do you think, sisters?
I mean, personally, I think that we really should cover up before we do anything else. Else we lose the rest of our clothes if Patel has her way.
And it's awfully chilly. Maybe we could ask that nice Martha person if some of her crocheting shawls and all of that, maybe we could drape some of that on us.
Damn, we are not going back in there. Nope.
I
We are
think
not going back in there.
Animus may have poisoned the
so-
water a little bit on that one.
I think
Do you want to be
We
stuck
should
with
go-
Maria? Do we suddenly have we had a new discussion where we like her and we want her here? Is this something that I was
meant-
not included in?
I think
that day.
All
Meant
I'm
no
saying is we
offense.
do not need to antagonize the staff we work with and work under us.
Yes. Didn't mean to bring it back up. I just thought because we were a little bit chilly. It's all good. It's all right. It's all right. Which, darling?
well, I think we should go check out that nice trailer Bluebeard got us.
Didn't he specifically say not to go in there? Or was it not to change clothes? Sorry, my
Not to-
memory's not quite what
not
it
to
used
go
be.
into his.
Not his trailer, our
Oh,
trailer.
gotcha.
No,
Gotcha.
we
Thank you.
We're going into our trailer. I want to see what kind of fun we get into in our trailer.
Fair enough. It's not a ticket, but you do at least think you know the direction that you're going. Do you?
I think he showed us the trailer as like a ta-da kind of thing.
Absolutely. So you ask a few people, you can describe it at least, of have you seen this? And you get a lot of appreciation. There's certainly a everyone that you ask takes their time in answering you. And as you
Hey,
go,
eyes up here. Eyes up here.
of course, ma'am, of course. You know, and it's respectful, but there's always that smile. And as they point you off and you hear behind them it's like, oh, good choice this time. Whew. And you reach your trailer. It is quiet. There's a light on the inside, but it's as if the light is greenish. Maybe it's the way the glass is tinted, but it's almost a watery green look. You go in?
I do once over around it. see our name on the trailer.
Absolutely.
Hand painted. Nice. Nice.
You climb each of the wooden steps and you push open the beautiful wooden painted door and you step inside and close it. And you see where the source of the light was, which is a lantern sitting further back into what would be almost a kitchen area. And it's casting a light forward that's passing through what looks to be jars. Jars that are not empty. Jars that are, well, they're full of something. And they are probably a good dozen of them across shelves and tables and the surface of the bed. Some sort of prank? Maybe.
Some mischief. Respect.
Did we ask for pickles or eggs? Like, does he like? We used to see the wrestlers eat like full-on eggs. Like, is that what we're going to do now as well? Like, build up muscle by eating eggs. Are those eggs?
I'm gonna
Smell-
walk closer to it because I think this is gonna be fun.
As
Smell
you
the airs. Oh,
lean closer, you see a small face, wrinkled and almost mashed up against the glass. And what you were seeing is something that was referred to as a pickled punk, which was a form of I suppose, sideshow that involved taxidermy or embalming of infants. And there's just a jar that has a small body in it.
I don't like this prank.
Oh, yeah. Oh, darling.
Tap, tap,
Oh,
tap,
God.
tap.
Tap the glass,
Blech.
and you hear a faint crying.
Oh,
Huh. Interesting.
mother begins weeping. Just silent, through Witch's eyes. Mother is horrified and shocked to the point where she can barely move and breathe.
Mother, take a trauma.
That ain't good.
I'm
That's
gonna
not
show a
good.
face.
Mhm.
The viper. When you care for a servant by poisoning them with your lies, they choke on the words and die.
Okay.
And I just
explain, please.
look at it because I'm the one who likes the morbid shit. I'm the one who thinks, oh, someone's bothering us. Well, have we tried murder? And I'm also the one who is the most protective of everyone. I look at it and I tap and I say, now, don't cry. Y'all need to be quiet. This is my trailer now.
You hear what had been the rising crescendo of not one, not two, but a dozen sad wails begin to soften into sniffles. And you hear the yes, mama. Yes, mama. We'll be good, mama. We'll be good.
Only cry if you actually need something, okay?
And there is what had been faint movement is gone. And you are left, in fact, with corpses in your bedroom. Silent, finally.
I'd like to investigate. Oh, go ahead.
What did you do, witch? And I'll let.
I did what I needed to, and you all know none of y'all will do it. I will.
Oh,
And
those
I will
poor
do whatever it is
souls.
to keep us safe.
Oh, those poor souls. They were so young.
They were also dead.
Oh,
We can't do nothing for the dead now.
All we did
can't.
was all I did. I just like let myself loosen up and just sat down on a stool and just say, all I did was make sure they go peacefully.
Uh, so the Fatale is not quite as interested as the witch, but almost. And so it might be witch's body at the moment, but I lean in a little bit closer anyway, as close as the witch will let me. Kind of look at it. I would like to investigate this object. I want to know whose item is this, and not whose jar is this. Whose item is that inside the jar?
These are
Item.
Bluebeard's. After all.
Interesting.
oh.
After all, the circus is his life. Every part of him, every situation where, again, it's if there is a situation where there is not a child that will be healthy, why not? Why not use it and be with the show and have them with him forever?
So just to clarify, they are not Bluebeard's children. They are Bluebeard's procurements, or they are Bluebeard's children.
What the ever loving fuck?
I will not clarify.
Oh, I think I'm going to be sick,
Tap,
groundskeeper.
tap, tap.
Oh,
With the next
No.
tap, 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 everyone takes a trauma. Because there is no response. They are, again, as still as the witch has made them.
Oh God. Oh,
Witch.
Mother,
Sister, I love you, but this is fucked. No, 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 no.
Mother.
This is wrong.
Mother, I want you to look at me. Breathe through your nose on the count of 3. Breathe out on the count of 3.
I'm not as strong as you, my darling.
That's why I have to be the strong one.
You really do.
Sister, I love you. You are my closest. You are my friend. This is fucked. This is that what would happen to us? Is that what will happen to if we if they
Not
no.
if not if the witch and I have our way. It's impossible to do a fist dap inside your own brain, but if it is, the witch and the fatale have just pow.
Mother is asking you two very, very nicely now to look after the Virgin, and to look after Animus. Do your best. I can't
Fatale
do
is
this.
smart.
I can't do this. And
Mother-
with
Mother.
Mother's
Mother, no.
final face,
Oh!
she uses
Mother,
her
no.
move to heal the Witch of 2 trauma and shatters.
Mother, please read the back of your sheet.
We are no longer whole. Our connection is severed. Our mind is fragmented. Our deepest fears are exposed. Our blood feeds the horrors, and I welcome them.
And here I was going to say, Fatale smart.
Sister.
Fatale is smart. And I am strong. Virgin has kindness. We will be good. For Mother's sake, we will protect each other. And we will make sure that we are strong. That what you see here doesn't happen to us. That's not hubris. That is actual planning.
This is our fucking kingdom.
We
Which-
can make it ours.
Propose a truth.
What we see here was probably a reminder. I see it as an opportunity. And I think we have the opportunity to actually do some good. And we have the opportunity to use the power that we have to make sure that Mother's loss was not in vain. And we can do so much. And we can have so much fun doing it. And that is my token of faithfulness.
Okay. What physical token do you take?
All right, Fatale, I'll take the jar.
Don't take the jar. Mother is so upset. I know she's gone, but she would be so unhappy if we took the jar.
I'm kidding. I'll take the dress. I'll take the dress that's on the hanger.
Thank the gods. Like, come on, sister.
let's
I
mean, you.
Of course you got me. That's
You have traveled these dark paths and found a truth most divisive. Each tent provided you with the evidence you desired to make one fateful choice. Now you stand before the forbidden final tent, and you must decide. When the showgirl collects enough evidence to make a decision, sisters, are you faithful or are you disloyal to your employer and your ringmaster?
Why
We will
would
go
we
in
be?
order. Animus.
This place is fucked on so many levels. There is something really strange, and I don't know, but if I go home, it means I I have to slip back in the shadow of my damned sister again. If we leave, who knows? Who knows if we'll ever get to if we'll ever get this kind of power again. It's not like there are a lot of opportunities, and not like people look at us and trust us. All they see is, you know how they see us, ungainly and awkward and shambling because of our height and our stature. I want to know more about that damn tent, about him, and if worst comes to worst, we'll take care of him. But for that, we need to stay. We need to at least act being loyal. So if for that we need to be loyal, so be it. I'm going to be fucking loyal. I'm
Okay.
trusting you both.
Fatal. Loyal or disloyal?
We're loyal. It's all we've seen some horrors tonight, yes, but also we've seen wonders, and mostly we've seen chances. Chances to prove to Bluebeard that we can do this, that we can wrangle his geeks and his horror and all of this outlandish calamity and still come out a star. We're loyal.
My dear broken mother, are you faithful or are you disloyal?
Oh, so many unwanted and imperfect children. Discarded, saved, no matter the state of them. At the end of the day, they're all for show, aren't they? They're all just things to be paraded about at the parents' will. They never really had any agency of their own. It's almost like they've been tugged around on a leash around this damn circus. Oh. But it's better than where we came from, isn't it? And for that reason on its own, Mother is loyal.
Virgin, are you faithful to Bluebeard or are you disloyal? You're muted.
Okay, there we go. There's definitely been a lot that we've seen tonight, but at the same time, none of it directly pins our ringmaster to any of these cruel tricks that have been put on us. In fact, after certain reactions, it's not really a surprise if some of the others feel the need to take us down a peg to remind us we're just another part of the act as well. And we're going to be the star. We're going to have our ringmaster back, and we are going to be his right hand. And everyone, until we made those choices, was perfectly kind to us. And I think if we just give it a chance, we can fit in and stand out here better than, oh gosh, anywhere else. And I am faithful to my ringmaster.
Which? You're
Muted.
Son of a goddamn whore. All right, so way I see it, there's a good opportunity here for some fun. And there's a very good opportunity. And God damn it. So I see a very good opportunity to do something here. And I'm not gonna let Mother's shattering go in vain.
Sisters,
Y'all are
you
gonna
are-
be killing me.
you are going to
And
be unanimously faithful, which means you have two choices. Do you enter Bluebeard's tent, or do you resist entering the tent?
Let's go in. Come on.
nah.
We're only going to make trouble for ourselves against the Ringmaster if we do.
We need to
He's
think
fucking here.
Animus. We need to think about the long haul. Think about the long haul.
The worst thing that we have ever seen, we have just seen, in my opinion. So why not? Why not look behind that trailer door and see what's
Mother.
So we do
30
not need to make
seconds.
any more enemies.
30 seconds. Tops.
No.
No one's looking. Come on.
Animus?
You know you want to. You want to. Don't you?
No.
This is
Because
this
I'm
is the
thinking of the
source of
long
all
game,
power.
and I am protecting all of us. And you just see
Animus,
my
what is
face
your
just
choice?
drop.
Enter the tent or resist, Animus?
Damn it. Again. Resist. Damn it. But not happily.
Fatal, enter the tent or resist?
Enter.
Mother,
enter.
Virgin,
Resist.
Witch.
Resist.
The gold tent, shimmering in the night. You turn away. You go about your duties. Showgirl, let us tell the end. Animus, what new costume does Bluebeard have made for the showgirl?
It's this silvery, uh, it's a lovely silvery dress that hugs every enticing part of our curves, and it goes down to our ankles. It's almost a mermaid cut with a low décolletage, and it is lovely, but it's silver. And what actually gives me reassurance is that it's silver, not gold. It does not match any of the colors we'd seen in that tent with the silks. This is ours. This is a new beginning. We are here.
Fatal, what humiliating role does the showgirl take on at the carnival when she is demoted from showgirl?
I okay. We haven't, groundskeeper. We haven't been demoted. It's a misunderstanding. And this jumpy little upstart will be out on her ass any day now, and we will be back in our place in the ring and out of this awful little striped, not even a proper clown's costume, like a mockery of a clown's costume, as we walk around selling popcorn, watching this little bitch in our spot on the stage. And she's not our sister. She's not our sister. Because it's been years now, but Someday she fucking looks like our sister.
Virgin, how is the showgirl jealous of other newer showgirls?
I mean, obviously, they have the attention. They have the attention of Bluebeard. They have the attention of the audience. Oh, gone are the days even that the others whistle and catcall us. We're old news. We don't even get that attention anymore, no matter how much it made our skin crawl. Oh, but the absence. I wanted to be remembered. I wanted to be known. Why does she get it?
Which, how does the showgirl cope with the things that she's seen?
I don't think about it. Thinking about it means having to deal with my sisters rubbing it in, having to deal with all of those fucking comments. I don't think about it. Neither should you.
Sisters, thank you for helping me tell the tale of our showgirl. Tragic end, but hell of a story. Thank you to the players tonight for excellent storytelling. If you'll please, everyone, take a deep breath and then tell us about your current projects where we can find you out on the rest of the interwebs. Abby, go ahead.
Hello. You guys can find me on Twitter at Dr_Wyborn, where, as previously mentioned, I do tend to tweet a lot about DC Comics, Gundam Witch from Mercury, general sapphic related materials. And you can find, next time you will see this face will be for the last session of Iron Sworn with Nerds with Dice on the 29th, on the 29th, this Friday. So please do join in. I promise to be playing a very, very butch lesbian knight who is trying to be emotionally supportive for everyone while also doing a lot of murder. But it's a queen, so it's fine. Spoilers.
Yeah, no, it's great. Alice.
Hi guys, I'm Alice, she, they pronouns. You can find me everywhere online at Alice Hart or Hellion Hart. Immediately, what's coming up? This Friday, I am going to be playing Ready, Set, Bake on Exquisite Corpse Presents in the series Quell's Kitchen. And then the following Thursday, I will be running a trophy dart game for their Halloween charity on Exquisite Corpse as well. Of course, you can also find me next week here and every other week on the podcast Welcome to Reddington that I produce, edit, and am one of the 17 players in currently. Everything else, it's kind of in the air, trying to stay busy. So definitely check out my social media if you'd like to see more of me.
Excellent. Arnica.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Arnica. You can find me here on Girls Run These Worlds, where I'm our directors of operations, as well as on Twitter, Twitch, Hive, Blue Sky. If you can type the words Arnica X Ross, then I'm probably there, and that's who I am. If you saw me in real life, you probably saw me at my first Ren Fair this weekend, where I got my glorious hat. Glorious hat, glorious hat. Showed everybody my hat. Let's take it off now, because it's been digging in my headphones all frickin' night. Um, and as far as upcoming projects go, Orbital Blues. we are in the middle of casting Orbital Blues, a one shot, a little bit Trigun, a little bit Cowboy Bebop, maybe just a hint or two of Red Dwarf, at least the way I do it. We'll be running October 22nd, a one shot, and we hope to see you there.
Absolutely. In fact, check chat for the link to get first news about the Afterburn Kickstarter, since that is going to be the Orbital Blues adventure. All right, and Jess.
What up? So I my mind has just completely hit a brick wall. That's absolutely adorable. I'm Jess Jewel. I'm Dr. Bees on Twitter, Jula Hoop on Instagram, and very rarely consistent across both. At the moment, my only upcoming project, aside from this incredible stream with these incredible cast, and the most amazing DM, I am going to be performing live at MCM Comic Con London. If you guys are about, come say hello. That's on the 27th of October. I also produce a podcast called Three Black Halflings with Jeremy, Liv, and as you may now know him, Jasper William Cartwright, the brand newest member of Dimension 20. As of today as well, Jasper has just announced that he is relaunching the Rotating Heroes podcast as well with Zakayama. Highly recommend going and checking out both of those projects, signing up for Dropout if you can. Support my boy, he's an absolute legend. Support Liv Kennedy, who also is doing stuff with Girls Run With These Worlds, and also Jeremy Cobb, who's got a whole bunch of streaming stuff going on at the moment. You can check out the Three Black Halflings Twitter for that. Yeah, my friends are really fucking cool. I really like them a lot. I really like it when they do well. Yay!
Heck, Jess, so are you.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right,
Oh,
cheers,
yeah.
go for it.
I had to find my cursor for a moment. Hi everyone, my name is Bloodthread Shears for short. I was your lovely, if chaotic, witch tonight. You can find me on many places as many names because I am Legion and I go by many names. And I am, according to Nox, I am a Eldritch Horror. I am a streamer here on Twitch as Bloodthread Shears. I'm also the head of Different Drum Photography, where I do anything from events to boudoir. I'm the creator of Casual Boudoir, so for folks who don't feel comfortable being in lingerie during their shoot. I'm also a professional belly dancer. At October 21st of next month, we are doing a belly dance tribute to rock and roll. So if you like Aerosmith, you like Janis Joplin, you like Led Zeppelin, I'm dancing to two of those. Find out by coming to Attitudes in Motion in Old Bethpage, New York. Come by, say hello, be nice. Come say hello. I'm also on the podcast for Survive the Apocalypse over on Bard Rock Cafe that is being run by our very own Nocturnal_7. And you can find me here on Mondays for Bluebeard'sBride. And next month, I am going to be part of the Exquisite Corpse series of one-shots for Candela Obscura and When the End Comes. I'm going to be very fucking busy. And also, a heads up for my streams. I'm currently working on a new walking skirt because why the hell wouldn't I be? Yes, Arnica, I do all the things, and I have yet to even tell everybody half of the things I do in my free time. I'm also trying to raise money over on my Ko-Fi to raise $2,500 for a dedicated gaming desktop and monitor, because working on my 4-year-old laptop is touch and go sometimes. So if you like what I do and you want access to the private areas of my Discord, and you want to help me upgrade my stuff, my Ko-Fi goes directly towards upgrading my gear, paying the bills, keeping the lights on, and funding future projects. So what kind of future projects? Well, after I finish the Sophie dress, I'm going to start working on a pair of combinations, and I'm also going to start a crowdfund for the Hades Varsity Jacket series that I've been promising for the last 2 years, starting with the best girl, Dusa. Hashtag
Awesome.
Dusa Squad.
All right,
Back
everybody.
to you, Abby.
Yeah, no worries. I was like, one day we will be on time, I swear.
Not today.
Not today.
and everybody, and I'm Abby. You can find me at social media places, even the ones on fire, definitely the one that's like Blue Sky. as a clarion call for my projects and random nerd girl thoughts. If you enjoyed our tale tonight, Girls from These Worlds has a lot more to offer this week. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, join the Monster Hearts 2 class of 2027 as they do normal orientation week things like moving in, picking activities, hiding from humans, and, dealing with a murder like you do. As you heard, we have a casting call this week, and we're teaming up with Soul Muppet Publishing to bring you the new Orbital Blues adventure, led by our ace pilot, Arnica. Your crew and your raggedy but trustworthy ship are going to sail through the frontiers of space, running from your past, chasing your dreams, and trying to get a legendary score. Lastly, Cryptid Creeks hit Kickstarter on September 5th, smashing all its stretch goals in the blink of a giant octopus's eye, and we cooked up something with Hatchling Games to showcase this adventurous new system, so check out our YouTube exclusive with JC Darcy, Liv Kennedy, Gask, Ada, and Mo, and back the Kickstarter to get your hands on the game itself. So that said, we're going to go ahead and raid in on Nerds with Dice, who are playing the RPG Night, episode 3. So please stick around, give them a big hello from Girls Run These Worlds. Have a great rest of your night. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week for another nightmare. Take care.
Bye-bye. Hire these people.
Night.
Give them-